I used to wish that I'd go blind, so maybe I could just live in the fantasy created in my mind. Reality was too cruel for an innocent child. Reality was, I had a mother with less love for her child that she created, but she sure did love that man that she was dating. The devil in disguise, I would call him, walking on 2 feet. When mom wasn't looking, which was rather often, he would take the little diamond and put her into a dark place, a place where no one could see, not even she. In that dark place, I would drift and become my own imagination. Meanwhile, the devil took pieces of me, pieces that I could not get back, pieces I didn't know were vital to my very being. She watched herself change, not understanding why, fighting temptation to run, hide, and cry. Mom would scream, "Your truth are nothing but lies." Her mother's abuse runs deeper, deep, so deep she sees nothing in a mirror's reflection. The devil comes around again to take what he knows he can. Though there's not much left to take, Mom thinks that their love for one another was fate. While her daughter, he continues to rape. She finds her escape in middle school where the boys were cruel and all the girls were real pretty. Living in secrecy about fearing God and man, Diamond returns back to her dark place once again. As age progresses, the devil becomes stronger, and so does her attraction towards women. Only being at age 12, she knew her mom would kill her for even the thought. Her mind continues to race. I am fearful when in a man's embrace, for he has only shown me all pain, fear, and attraction. And in a woman's touch, I feel safe and harm all at once. Oh Lord, what is wrong with me? I can't help but to think. Here comes the devil again. This time he's leaving with all he has came for, only to take my innocence, my love, my beauty, my sanity. Before he leaves, he places the diamond, me, back into the ground, as if he was harvesting me. So I sit there and I wait. So long, I fall back into my fantasies once again. My dreams become true and pride. I awaken a new body, a new shine, a new walk, and a new talk. So very different than before, I am refined, much older, wiser, a little stronger, and equivalently weak. Damaged, but I have learned to trust God and love both men and women. I hated that I was treated as prey, but now I'm here to say bye, bye, baby, and hello to the diamond refined.
Thank you so much. I sometimes ask for forgiveness and why I'm so angry. So I'm trying to understand, what is forgiveness? Forgiveness is the intentional and voluntary process by which a victim, let's say it again, a victim undergoes a change in feelings and attitude regarding an offense to let go of a negative emotion. That's what forgiveness means. Why is it important? To acknowledge what was done, or to forgive, to be forgiven. Okay, to forgive, to be forgiven. A lot of times I forget that time after time, line after line, I forgave you. I know right from wrong, like a worn out song. Forgive me for what I've done. But why can't you see all the things that you've done to me? Slap me in my face for not being in a child's place. They sleep at night while you're trying to hold or trying to figure out how to remember the touches I learned to like, the secrets we shared. You told me you're the only one who cares. Is there a set of rules just set for school? ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, the things that you showed me. Shit, I'd like to have a degree. If someone was to see you and me, forgiveness cannot be. Old story goes, or as they say, forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for you. For me? When I was 6 years old, someone asked me a question. What do you want to be when you get older? I said, a lawyer. I have the ability to be smart. I lie when I have to. My razor sharp mouth and the ways to get judges' attention. I also want someone to love me for me, to show me where it itches, scratches it, and doesn't ask to be scratched back. A soulmate sent down just for me. A big loving family that relies on me to provide unselfishly, to protect them from harm and blind them from the wickedness of the world, seeing the beauty in their eyes, being the father, not just the daddy. Oh, how life would be so sweet. The same person who asked me that same question touched me in places no father should ever touch his child. Changed my vision, my dreams in so many ways. I still have that razor sharp tongue that's now used for pleasurable experiences. And that mind that covers all the lies exposed from my now glossed lips. Now I wow all the judges that I face. No, not because I'm not a lawyer, just by one touch. By that man who is supposed to protect me and keep me from harm. Seeing the beauty through my eyes and teach me right from wrong. It's hard to see the demon inside of me, or how much pain can I bear in order to share the beauty that was once so rare in me. Can I blame, or does it stay in vain? Just one touch, that's all it took, made me long for another man's look. An illusion of a hurt boy grew transgender side. Why I cry? Who's to blame? Who or how could things have changed? I push her aside to protect her from the monster I carry inside of me. For my daughter don't see. If she were a boy, would he be my toy? With a touch of my hand? Hell no, I just can't understand why this man, my father. Hell no, I can't understand the fucked up, crazy ass monster in him. Understand, if I took my hand, wait, that ain't even my plan. I stay away and I apologize for this side. Corrupted my mind, hurting my pride. How long do I feel hurt inside? Thank you.
And my most distinguished panel of judges. For your consideration, I am contestant number 1. How y'all doing today? My name is Cooper. That's my nickname. I am 61 years old. I'll be 62 in October. Trans woman. I've been around since Martin Luther King got assassinated. I never forget I was in junior high school. So I'm just telling you a few things about me. What you see on my arm is a cast. I just got this cast a week ago today, Wednesday, on my way home, right down the street there on 70 Florida Avenue. A guy was just out there feeling himself, messing with all the females. But what he didn't know at that time, that I was a trans woman. So by the time he came over to me to pull this wig off my head, which he thought was rooted in my head, he grabbed the wig and went with him. I said, you want that? Now take this. So bottom line, I broke my finger on a guy trying to protect myself as a 61-year-old transgender woman. On the metro bus. Once I got on the bus, I told the bus driver, do not let him on. We just got finished fighting down the street. Do you know the bus driver let him on anyway? No. Then we pulled again over by 7th, 8th and L Street, southeast by the Navy Yard. He jumped on me again. The bus driver never called the police from northwest to southeast. I had to fight at my age. Fortunately, I do know how to rumble. So again, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to share that it never stops and you're never too old, you know what I'm saying, for somebody to try you. I'm just so glad that I'm in shape, because I can roll to be who I am. And I had taken away, I'm a little vet. I was to all the penitentiaries, as she said. I was going to penitentiary before a lot of y'all was born, and my name still rings in there because it wasn't because of what I was, it was who I was. And I paved the way for a lot of girls to go through the penitentiary. So it is what it is, and again, I'm not going to hold up your time, but I thank you to let them know that you're never too old to run into your food. Just stay in shape, baby. They don't try you, but they know not enough to occupy. Love y'all.
Yes, yes. Oh.
So I got to turn it around. Outcast. I remember being young, all my teeth missing, finding little blue baggies all up in the kitchen. It's okay. It was just a trade. Ain't a woman alive that could take my mama's place. The cards I was dealt, the young, wishing I could trade them. Watching people die, wishing I could save them. No way I was born to poverty. From day one, the government property. Nothing to eat, refrigerator smell. The worst of whoopings, screaming and yelling. But I'm hungry, stomach swollen, ain't no bread. Plus, cheese molded. I'm getting older, wearing my brother's clothes. My mother cracked my head, but she loved me. Though. Life is a mess. Like I am cursed from a hex. Excuse me. And ain't no food, so I wonder what's next. I'm lost at home. Although the system's different types of foster home, but I guess it's me, here for no reason. And when I cry, I feel like I'm bleeding. When it was all over, when it would be all over, I was just a little baby. But they called on my shoulder. But it's crazy because all I wanted was to hold her. But she gave me away. So now I will do, what do I owe her? We're educated, what do I show her? How about my back? The same thing she showed me. She didn't teach me shit. She let the streets mold me. But I guess it's cool. I still love you, Mom. But outcast of the family, you're a second son. Outcast.
Born as a female, and at the age of 10 years old, I was raped by my best friend. We were blood sisters and childhood playground friends. We shared secrets that no one else knew, like my first crush and her first boyfriend. She knew all my secrets. We were in the girls' locker room while I was trying to change my gym clothes for class. I was being touched in ways that I didn't understand, because things like that were supposed to be from a man. When I look back, this moment was when I realized that I was a trans man. Feeling empty and incomplete taught me a new way to hold my head up high and be that man someday. When I got older, I was able to start dressing like a man and take pills so that I could grow hair on my face and chest. I was able to get my breasts removed so that I could continue to live as a trans man. Being a trans man is what I choose to be, something that's not really confusing to me. When I came out to my family, they didn't understand why I wanted to be a man, because I have a 4-year-old daughter, but my family didn't want her around me. They were worried that she would see me as her mother and father at the same time. I keep saying that I am the man that they don't understand. Not judging ourselves, being open-minded, and a kind of beginner's mind approach to understanding ourselves and not judging ourselves. So breathing and focusing on your breath is very helpful and can be therapeutic. So when I'm feeling stressed and all the negative things that are going around, it's really important to take a deep breath and breathe. And so I welcome everyone to breathe in and just focus on the breath, but also bring awareness to any tension that you may have in your body. And breathe into the tension and think about, as you breathe out, releasing any tension and negativity from your body. These are little kind of tricks that you can take home with you and do. There's many things that you can do mindfully, just bringing awareness to what you're doing and focus on the here and now. And through the senses, much pleasure can be derived through smell and sound and taste and touch, through our mind, and really just kind of affirming what pleasures our body can bring, and not give judgment to that. Just kind of radical self-acceptance and self-love is something that I always encourage. And so thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Clark. We have D. Curry want to say a few words.
First of all, I want us all to take a few minutes to acknowledge the many transgender women of color and transgender men who have lost their lives to senseless violence. Once again, we find ourselves on the abreast of celebrating gay pride, capital pride, black pride, and trans pride. The sad reality, young people and people who know what I'm talking about, today, 2017, we still have forgotten that it was the transgenders who created the revolution for the gay and lesbian community. And once again, today, in 2017, we can grieve together, but we can't fight together. We still have gay men who look at us as second citizens.
Yeah.
We still have lesbian women who look at us as if we are spectacles.
Right.
I want you to hear this and hear this very clearly. We are a diverse community. We represent the best in the entertainment field, and we're great orators. We're good civil rights leaders. We have a voice. Acknowledge that. I'm saddened to say that even with housing, we're discriminated against openly. I'm sad to say that when we call the police, they look at us and they act as if being a victim has a pronoun. Human rights has no dress code. Everyone breathing on this earth is entitled to civil rights. If you believe that, stand here with me in solidarity and let's do this.
Amen, Dave. Work, Dave.
It is time for us to get past the petty differences that we have. It's time for us to acknowledge that we are a community, strong, with all its diversity. Let's stand in this time, this pride. Let's celebrate who we are, what we are to this community, and what we bring to the table. And those of you who work in a place where there's no visible transgender, ask why. And those of you who see things being written and applauded about what real struggle is, ask why we're invisible. Because we're not. Thank you. Thank you, Dee.
Disenfranchised, misrepresented, and not at all visible at the table. Like I wanted a voice for my community by members by my community. I want to give everyone the opportunity to have their voices heard as well. This will give folks the opportunity to step up out of the shadows, onto center stage, to finally have their stories told in their own words. Imagine the spirit of survival from surviving. The silent auction ceremony lies at the center of Survival Bear's experience. It's the moment when you bring your furry friend to life by adding love. Love that holds our hopes and good wishes. This ceremony and its symbolism serves as the guiding principle of our foundation. These thoughtful tokens of support is to bring love, hugs, and smiles, not only to the supporter, but the survivor's lessons, the burden, the hurt, and the bear lies in the stuffed animal babies. So, we are asking of your support for these trans t-shirts for Trans March, May the 20th. This is what this is all about. My heart goes into these t-shirts. Like, I brought these t-shirts together and I want this for our community. I want to represent the trans community and show face. They're asking us to show face, but we already are. We've been showing faces this whole time. So with these t-shirts, I want to get the whole community to put them on, and then I'm going to ask them, point out the trans people in there. Because they are there. They've always been there, but now we wear the t-shirt to symbolize that we are trans, that we are standing right in front of you. So I'm asking, I didn't want to charge for the t-shirts. I don't. I wanted to give them out. But I'm asking for funds to help support for the t-shirts, because the bill is large. So I'm just asking for help with funding to support the t-shirt by giving something back and not making you feel like you've given to the wrong community, or you've given and you shouldn't have. I want to give you something that you can hold on to, that you remember. A piece of me. When I gave that poem, I secretly formed myself into that bear, and I threw that spirit in there, and I'm asking you to support me by buying that bear and taking and helping hold some of my frustration, some of my guilt, some of my stuff that I'm harboring for so long. I'm just asking for help to support the trans community, to support all the community, L.G.B.T.Q.A. This whole field keeps going on, and all the problems are everywhere. So we got to start somewhere. So I'm here today to start for our trans women of color of Washington, D.C. I'm going to stand forth, and I'm going to stand high and proud, and I'm going to say everything that you ask me to say. Everything that you tell me that we need, I'm going to beg for. Everything that we need, I'm going to get for us. I promise you, I'm going to do everything in my power to stand forward and make my voice heard, because I got a big mouth, and I'm going to use it. So, with that being said, let's move on. I love you, and let's go on with the silent auction. I got Sam here to explain it.